3, 4. Market Chameleon. The McBride Bro Show. How to make some dough. Hey! Market Chameleon. Use our amazing screens to make gold and green. Oh! Market Chameleon.
Yeah, good morning, MarketChameleon.com. I'm Adam. That's Will. What's up, my man?
Not much, but I'll tell you, I just saw a picture of your backyard. I don't know who sent it, but you're really looking like a true Costa Rican family now. Get a couple chicken out there. It's going to be amazing.
It is going to be fantastic. Well, it is fantastic. I over the weekend, I was put to work again. This is 2 or 3 weekends in a row of all pig all the time. I'm building fences. Friend of mine's like, dude, I didn't know you were so handy. Building fences, putting up shade sails. It's fantastic, man.
The pig needs shade?
Oh, my God. Yes. It's surprising, right? Because she is a, I don't know, Taiwanese, potbelly, whatever, and she's black, but the skin color does not matter at all. She gets burned very easily. So we're constantly applying raw botanical sunblock to her. To ensure she's properly hydrated and moisturized. It's a big process, man.
Do you know the story on the street is your friends were paid $1,000 to get rid of the pig? Someone paid them. It was a market for secondary pig sales, like reverse. You have to pay people.
Do I even know that I'm housing an illegal, highly valued prize? This is a wild pig.
A Vietnamese pig. I was stolen by some other Costa Rican's backyard.
Dallas is saying, hey, man, you got to get the pig on the podcast. Dude, Dallas, just follow me on Twitter, man. The pig's on there every day. Is she at 100% with that stock picking? We're not. At first, I was like, I should track her percentage. Then I was like, no, man, I've got enough going on. Let's just say she picks nothing but winners, man.
A lot of debate out there whether the pig brings value. There's a conversation.
All right, guys, there's a lot of debate whether I bring value, you bring value. Nobody knows, man. Why don't you go ahead and bring up your screen, brother? Everybody remember, option trading, all trading is risky. You got to do your research. We're not telling you what to do, just giving you a glimpse at the market. That is what the Chameleon is for. If you are on the Chameleon, top right-hand corner, click that subscribe button. You can try it free for 7 days. Try this premium data and analytics, the sweet, sweet data for 7 days free. Just click that subscribe button. So what do you got for us today, bro?
Well, the Chameleon does bring value. The pig, you, myself,
yeah,
we may not bring
value. We're all
value,
tertiary to the Chameleano.
Certainly the Chameleon brings value. Anyways, BIDU popping up this morning.
Oh, Dallas. Hey, Dallas is chiming in. He says, no, I meant your podcast. I did a podcast episode about the pig. Thanks for that, brother. Appreciate
really?
The love. He was loving on the podcast I did about the pig episode.
I thought you had given up. You had reached number 1, and that was it.
I went out on top. No, I was convinced by multiple people that I needed to continue the podcast. I just ramped down from 7 days a week to a couple times a week. So I'm a couple times a week podcast. I'm still in the top 20, believe it or not, which is almost hard to believe. I can't even believe I'm still in the top 20, but I am. Last time I checked, I was at number 9.
Top 20 in Costa Rica.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you think you have to podcast every day?
Bro, I've told you this again and again. You've got to bring it every day. That's why we do it daily, man. People are like, well, just move it to 1 day a week. I'm like, no, not if you want to dominate. If you want to dominate, you got to be every day, man.
That's interesting because the best podcast that I follow is like he does once every. I mean, it's super interesting, but yeah. I don't know where
those
ranks.
big ones, those big productions, the story type podcasts. Which one are you talking about?
I can't say. I don't want Dallas to laugh at me.
What are you talking about? Give him a podcast shout out. My favorite is Malcolm Gladwell's Revisionist History podcast. That's a fantastic one. I love that one.
Yeah, mine is Econ Talk.
Oh, you guys, man.
Library of Economics and Liberty. It's a
you just want podcast. Well, my favorite podcast is the Harvard Review podcast. I enjoy that one quite Dude, you never listen to that podcast. Come on, man.
I gave it to a buddy of mine from my old floor days,
Yep.
and he went back, and this was like 2 years. And this guy's been doing it forever.
Yep.
He does about 2 or 3 a month. Russ Roberts, but he went back and he listened. You know, the great thing about it is you can binge listen,
Sure.
right? He went back and listened to everyone.
Oh man,
was asking me questions about. Yeah, I'm like, I haven't. You know, that was before I was involved.
Even involved.
And he's like, you haven't gone back. But anyways, econ talk. Very
all right.
very
there you go. See which ones you guys enjoy. On the one I recommended, Malcolm Gladwell, I would start with the basketball episode. It's fantastic. Just look that one up. Wilt Chamberlain.
Anyways, BIDU reported earnings. They loved it, obviously.
Nice.
It's up $10 in the pre-market.
Wow.
It beat on quite a few of its numbers, but I was going to look at what the options were showing relative to
what they were showing relative to what?
Well, I wanted to see what the stock was showing for drift after to see if there was anything. And 4 in a row, the stock has drifted down 6%.
Wow.
2 weeks after earnings. So just keep that in the back of your mind.
That could be nice.
At some point, you may want to, let these vols settle. But you could look at a bearish spread, a credit call spread or something. And
look at you bringing some interesting right off the bat, man. Nice.
You like that?
I like that one.
But
yes.
I wanted to look at the earnings option strategies going into it 3 days before. So calendar, buy the near, sell the far, which I'm sure if 3 days before, if you bought the near term and sold the far term, it would have blown out. Been really good.
Mm-hmm.
Buy the 25 Delta strangle 3 days before to 1 day after. We could look at that. So
wait. They've already had their earnings. Why are we looking at this? Just to make us feel bad about missing it?
Well, I just wanted to see. Just so you see.
Will, you got to bring us this stuff 3 days before so we can put it on, dude.
Did you know you could go back 3 days and see where the market was?
No.
Did you see how I did that?
Yep.
Did you care?
Mm-hmm.
So going back 3 days before, 25 Delta, it's like these 103s.
Mm-hmm. So,
and then go. The 103s had already made you, a significant. I think I looked at it earlier, truth be told, because you were buying the 103s, and then I think it was like these 88s with a 25 Delta put. You paid like 190 for these.
Yep.
And you paid, I think it was 60 or something for these. Those calls are already 575 bid, and there's still something left in the puts. And then you get today's move too. It's already a 50 Delta. So, you're going to get a nice win out of that. So these numbers do provide some insight. That is
Wait,
sure.
Are you saying the numbers provide insight, Will? What kind of?
They do, and I'm going to show you.
We should build a website which does this for people. This would be fantastic. We could call it MarketChameleon.
Well, we probably
dude, where's your cup of coffee, man? Come on, get together, bro. Wake up. There you go. Have a sip. You guys can't see him. I can see him on the screen. He's taking a sip.
Home Depot, and another one reported. They also, the earnings after, they have a drift before, 3 days before. Earnings option strategies showed up as the calendar call, buy the near, sell the far. 6 of the last 11 winners, 9 of 9. The calendar call spread at the money, sell the near, buy the far. So the key thing is there's some interest in earnings.
Wow.
There was one. Kohl's is later. That was this morning as well. I wonder what Kohl's did. But tomorrow, well, 2 things popped up. Toll here is after the market closed. So I wanted to see if we could do anything in here. And there was one. There was a diagonal put spread. I'm giving you, this is live. This goes live today. This is the day of earnings.
There we go.
3 days after earnings. buy the near term at the money, sell the far. The average strategy return, it's been a winner the last of the six of the last 10.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how that strategy works?
Why don't you run us through it? This is actually, I mean, this is what people, when they talk to me about what they want to see, a lot of people who are just getting in options, this is what they actually want to see. They want to see, okay, I see that now in the Chameleon. How do I put this on? What does it look like? Go ahead.
So you could buy, let's say this 36.5, that's the near term at the money. So you'd be, we'd probably put it somewhere between the money, between the markets. So 105 bid.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd package this as a spread when you entered it into the market. And then we could go far term. We could do the next earnings cycle, December. You go at the money, you sell this, also put it in between the markets, say 220, and you'd package those as a spread and send them into the market.
Yep.
And that would be your strategy today. And then as the strategy dictates,
what are you looking
to
for
earnings? I'm just going back to, I think you take it off. I think it was 3 days after, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a day of earnings, and then you take off both sides as a spread again 3 days after.
Yep.
So that's how you'd attack that. Coles, you were a big Coles guy. That was earnings was coming out, and they beat too. They actually came out this morning.
Yep.
Didn't you have some insight into Coles?
Well, we did the Amazon return play, and we were looking at that. I tested it. You tested it. We tested it, right? And had very positive experiences with the return system. And like I said when I tweeted about it was that, hey, I went and literally I did the return there. It took 2 minutes to return a bunch of items. I had like 5 or something items. And I immediately walked in and bought some T-shirts, and I'd never even been in a Kohl's before, right? So, I don't even know. It was $80 in sales from me and a simple return. You just see how that can play into their bottom line, where they just get a whole bunch of traffic that they never had before, right?
Yeah, that is interesting. I'll show you a little thing. I just learned about it this morning. I'm sure both our Mikes in Texas and Jake knew about this. No one let me know. But Google Trends has
oh yeah,
there's a tool where you can go in and search, and they were talking about it actually on CNBC this morning concerning the searches for recession.
Yep.
And they've spiked. So I've been playing around with it this morning. But here's an interesting, as we were discussing that, Amazon returns to Kohl's.
Yep.
You can see how that, it's search is at it was never searched before, but now it's searched all the time. Yep. And you see it even breaks it down the states where you're seeing the biggest searches. It's
nice
Kohl's
tip there, brother. Nice tip for the people.
Well, as I was playing with it today, I was searching this yield curve.
It'd be interesting. Guys, so heads up to all our fans who watch live, you're going to catch something right now, is that we're going to be doing a webinar most likely next Wednesday on silver. I know you guys have been talking about it, asking about it. So it's probably going to happen next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. I'll probably set that up today. So head on a swivel about that. But one thing that is interesting, I had this talk with Chris, who's going to be on talking about silver, and talking about this idea of when something hits kind of this mass of, we were talking about currency devaluation and interest in silver, and it's like there's a belief system in currency, right? And the moment people really stop believing in the currency is worthless, right? And he says we're close to that point. And you can use a tool like this to judge whether or not the population is actually is getting on board with that. So if you start searching silver, or you start searching gold, or you start searching dollar devaluation, and these numbers begin spiking, it's actually quite an interesting tool to judge, where the population is on this issue.
Yeah. Which I and our UT Mike was nice enough to share, and I'll get to it hopefully by the end of the week. some real interest in silver information. But you can see my screens. The search for SLV, which is the stock symbol or ETF symbol for the silver ETF, it has certainly spiked a little bit. The straight search for silver, I mean, it was nothing that jumped out, but certainly
Try gold.
Yeah, gold.
Gold
was,
is more
like
traditional. People think of gold rather than silver.
GLD.
No, just type in gold, GOLD. I want to see the general, what just general people are looking at.
It doesn't really.
It's flat.
The GLD did show something, and Google actually gives you a peek into the end of August. What's really be going on, and you see this.
Yeah.
This is how it's brought to me. They were searching. They were searching recession this morning on CNBC. That's
whoa. Oh baby.
So,
whoa.
And yield curve shows the same thing.
Dude,
so
that is a hockey stick.
it's
that's almost the question. Is it self-fulfilling? Is it a self-fulfilling prophecy?
Well,
that once people believe it's happening, then it's happening. That kind of thing.
And it's something I want everyone to be aware of. The American economy is driven by the consumer. So if this is what consumers are searching, and they become a little bit more worried with their wallet, stop spending. It is somewhat of a self-fulfilling. And you look in 2008 as an example. It was it spiked and then came in, and then you had the recession was in here. So
yep.
It doesn't mean it's going to happen today. We may just head on a swivel.
I put the link in there for everybody. So you guys can use this tool yourself. It is a fantastic tool for so many uses. I mean, realistically, for business, different businesses you have, you can find out what people are interested in. I've used this tool for years. It's fantastic. So heads up, guys. Good stuff, man. Look at you bringing not only stock information, but info for pig house.
Look at this search.
Are you saying I'm riding a wave right there?
You're at the top of the wave. There are more pigs in houses today than. I mean, I can't even tell you this.
Dude, don't even get me started. I'll have a website up next week. We'll be selling pig clothing. Molly will be sewing, T-shirts and hats. I'll have my 85th business. It's a disaster.
Like you've had over probably 1,000 dogs through your house. You really needed to step it up to a pig.
Oh my God, a pig is a whole
really
nother level, man.
Thing.
Whole nother level, brother.
My two number 1, 2 are my 2 states.
They're 2 states. There
States
you
I
go,
spent
man.
most of my adult life in: Pennsylvania, New Jersey. Wow, I didn't know so many people wanted a pig in their house.
Man, it's fantastic. It is fantastic.
So Lowe's is one that comes out tomorrow. I just wanted to give everyone a heads up. Home Depot had a nice report this morning. I don't know if this follow through. We talk about these as which one do you like? Most people are on Home Depot's bandwagon, but anyways, this credit call
Petunia
spread,
went with Home Depot. We had that one last week.
Yep. This calendar at the money, 73%. You could do it today, the day before earnings. Average return.
Oh, fantastic. This is the kind of looks I'm talking about, brother. Good job, man.
Yes, that is a good job, isn't that? Is that it? Are you cutting me off? Are we done? I had a few more things.
All right, bring us one more. The real heat, the juicy juice.
Well, I was gonna bring today's earning trade opportunities. Anyone who doesn't know where to find that, if you're a premium member, earnings, it's right here. The today's opportunities.
Oh yeah, the fire. Mm-hmm.
Click on that. The fire. I'm doing defined risk, so these are all spreads.
So you see that, guys? He's clicking on the tab. You have all defined risks and undefined risk. Mm-hmm.
So these are all trades that are looking like very good opportunities relative to the monies. Salesforce is a big one right here. Urban Outfitters, short that the money call, long the 25 delta call. So lots of opportunities in there. You hover over the eye on strategy type. It breaks down all the strategies for you. And you can always email with any questions, support@MarketChameleon.com.
Fantastic. If you guys, that's always our premium members, even non-premium, Dimitri's happy to help anybody out. And I tell you what, if you email support@MarketChameleon.com or just get on the website, there's a little chat box in the bottom right-hand corner. Click that, chat a question in there. And people who have had training sessions with Dimitri become huge Dimitri fans because you are going to learn something new. It's pretty awesome. So
it is awesome.
Take care of that, guys. What else we got, man? What day is today?
Today's only Tuesday. We got,
man, thank God.
4 great beloved trading days left in the week.
Thank God. For some reason, I thought it was Friday already. See, that's what happens when you do what you love, man. Every day's the weekend, brother. All right, man. Have a great day trading, everybody. Remember, click that subscribe button. Tick that bell if you're on YouTube, Periscope, Twitter, whatever. We're worldwide. Have a great day trading, everybody.
Stay safe, chameleons.
2, 3, 4. Market chameleon. The McBride Bro Show. How to make some dough. Hey, market chameleon. Use our amazing screens to make gold and green. Oh, market chameleon.